देखे क्रिकेट टीवी, जहां मिलने लगी क्रिकेट की सारी बातें, जहां जोश भी है, जहां होश भी है, जहां क्रिकेट है, आओ देखे क्रिकेट टीवी।
नमस्ते, गुड इवनिंग, हेलो, वेलकम बैक टू क्रिकेट टीवी। और हम देख रहे हैं विमेंस वर्ल्ड कप 2025 का स्पेशल टेलीकास्ट। आज हम अभी इस प्रोग्राम में बात करेंगे संडे यानी इस इतवार को, इस रविवार को जो मैच होने वाला है भारत और ऑस्ट्रेलिया के बीच में। काफी क्रुशियल मैच है भारत के लिए, क्योंकि हम एक मैच हार चुके हैं कल साउथ अफ्रीका के सामने। यानी आगे चल के हमें कितने मैच जीतने हैं, कितने अंक लेने हैं, ये हमारे विशेषज्ञ जो आज हमारे साथ है आपको बताएंगे। नारायण पसारी है हमारे साथ, जो दो प्रोग्राम के बाद आ रहे हैं। नारायण जी, आपका स्वागत है। हमारे साथ हेतवी पटेल है, हमारे साथ प्रिया जोशी है, और ये दो महिलाएं आपको पहले से सुना रही है उनका विश्लेषण इस टूर्नामेंट के बारे में और मैच के बारे में। शुरू करेंगे हम नारायण पसारी से। नारायण जी, अब जो मैच होने वाला है रविवार को, in the context of the defeat that we faced yesterday, what do you think should you, if you were the captain or the manager of the team, what changes would you want to bring about it's the same venue, so the pitch is the same, the playing conditions will be the same. What do you think you would do as a captain? What changes would you make in the Indian team against Australia?
So before coming to the changes, I would just like to summarize the first three matches in brief. इंडियन मैचेस, जैसे इंडिया ने 2 स्कोर डिफेंड किए और 1 स्कोर डिफेंड नहीं कर पाई यस्टरडे। तीनों मैच में इंडिया पहले ही खेली है, करेक्ट। तो जैसे श्रीलंका का मैच था वो डीएलएस मेथड और इंडिया 59 रन से जीती। इंडिया ने कुछ 269 फॉर 8 स्कोर किया, श्रीलंका ने 211 किया। मिडल एंड लोअर बैटेड दैट डे अगेन। दीप्ति, अमनजोत एंड स्नेह राणा बैटर, और स्पिनर्स ने 7 विकेट लिए थे उस मैच के अंदर, समरी के अंदर। पाकिस्तान वाला मैच अपन 88 रन से जीते, इंडिया 247, पाकिस्तान 159। यहाँ भी मिडल और लोअर में दीप्ति, स्नेह राणा और रिचा वो खेले। स्पिनर्स ने 5 विकेट ली, 8 में से 2 रन आउट थे। कल वाला मैच में इंडिया 251, साउथ अफ्रीका 252 पे 7, 3 विकेट से इंडिया हारी। और लोअर ऑर्डर बैटेड में रिचा घोष, स्नेह राणा और अमनजोत ने गुड सपोर्ट किया, और स्पिनर ने 4 विकेट लिए 7 में से। तो ये समरी में आप देखोगे ना, तो टॉप ऑर्डर फेल हो रहा है सब में, और पेसर्स जो काम करने चाहिए इन दी पावर प्ले वो हो नहीं, दिख नहीं रहा है बाय द वॉट एवर डेटा वी है। तो कमिंग टू योर पॉइंट कि क्या करेक्शंस होने चाहिए इसके अंदर, तो अपने जो पेस विंग है, जैसे मैंने कहा कि रेणुका सिंह ठाकुर को लेना चाहिए। शी इज अ गुड बॉलर, द वे शी बोल्ड अगेंस्ट पाकिस्तान बेसिकली, यू हैव सीन हर इन वन मीटिंग, इन वन मैच। अमनजोत को जैसे आपने भी कहा कि शी इज अ बैटर, बैटिंग ऑलराउंडर, तो शी कैन बॉल बट शी इज नॉट अ बैटर। तो उनको लेने से क्या होता है, एक छठा बॉलर को खिलाना पड़ेगा। बट आप इफ आप ऑस्ट्रेलिया का देखोगे ना, तो 6 बॉलर से खेल रहे ऑल द मैचेस अभी तक। तो वो अपने को भी एक देखना पड़ेगा। और दूसरा, ये टॉप ऑर्डर के अंदर कहीं एक नी जर्क भी, अगर कोई किसी को निकाल के बाहर, जैसे जेमिमा को अगर नहीं खेल पा रही है, उसके बदले में किसी का रिप्लेसमेंट करना हो तो करना चाहिए टू वर्कआउट, बिकॉज शी ओनली फॉर हर फील्डिंग क्वालिटीज यू कैन नॉट टेक अ प्लेयर इन द टीम बेसिकली। द प्लेयर हैज टू बी आइदर अ गुड बॉल इन द बॉलिंग एक्शन और इन द बैटिंग एक्शन, कहीं ना कहीं तो उसको एक्शन अच्छा होना चाहिए। एक वो है। And even the top orders, especially the captain and vice captain, have not performed to their standards. They have to really perform to their standard. और फील्डिंग पोजीशंस एंड एवरीथिंग, जैसे आपने कहा, ये है डेथ बॉलर वाला भी अच्छा एक बॉलर, वो डेथ में अगर कर सकती है रेणुका सिंह, आई कैन शी कैन बॉल वेल, तो इट वुड बी अ वेरी टफ है, बिकॉज ये मैच बहुत टफ रहेगा। वहाँ 200-250 में काम नहीं चलेगा। वो मतलब अगर आपको बैटिंग पहले आ गई तो आपको 280 से 300 का स्कोर करना पड़ेगा, अगर ऑस्ट्रेलिया अदरवाइज कुछ भी स्कोर कर सकता है वॉट एवर है। तो ये मेरे इनिशियल थॉट्स है बेसिकली टीम कंपोजिशन में क्या होना चाहिए।
So let's take it from where you stopped. And Hitvi, if you heard Narayan ji, then I'll ask a question based on what he said. कि अगर हम रेणुका सिंह को खिलाते हैं टीम में, तो इसमें अगर मैं तीन नाम आपको बोलूँ, तीन में से आप किसको टीम के बाहर निकालेंगी? आप जमैमा है, हरलिन देओल है, क्योंकि दोनों नॉन परफॉर्मर्स हैं दोनों मैच में, और तीसरी है अमनजोत। ये तीन में से किसको आप, रेणुका को अगर अंदर लेंगे तो किसको बाहर निकालेंगे और क्यों? मतलब जो फोर्थ नेम, बट आई थिंक
Sorry.
Jemima, Harleen, Amanjot is in my head. If you have a fourth name, please, you can free to say that.
No, I think Amanjot Kaur and Harleen, they all both can go, if at all, either or. क्योंकि दोनों ने we have enough batting lineup up until Richa Ghosh, even Snehrana can play. तो उतना उनकी जरूरत नहीं है. We need a bowler. The reason she needs to go is not because she hasn't performed well. उन्होंने काफी help किया even in previous game Richa Ghosh को, but it doesn't mean she needs to be there. We have enough batsmen. टॉप सिक्स अगर खेले तो वी डोंट नीड अनदर बैटिंग ऑलराउंडर. उनका बॉलिंग में उतना इनपुट नहीं है, सो इट्स बेटर टू हैव अ फुल टाइम बॉलर देन एन ऑलराउंडर, अ बैटिंग ऑलराउंडर.
So then I don't that this can be answered by you or Priya. Then you have options like Arundhati Reddy, who can also come in as a as an all-rounder. So would you say that Renuka comes in place of somebody and Arundhati comes in place? Would you make multiple changes? And of course, we cannot touch the Rohit Sharma of the women's cricket team. You can't touch Smriti Mandana, so we're not talking about her, right? She's a holy cow. So sometimes that happens in Indian cricket when somebody creates an aura and has performed so well. We are very loath as a team to think of putting that person aside and taking and saying that let that person be benched, because if you see on performance, genuinely, if you see on performance what happened in the first three games, you would first pick Smriti and say, Smriti, I think you need a break. Okay, because and yesterday she also almost, I think it was almost chance, half chance she dropped. There was a ball going to her. There was a catch that she was caught napping again. I think she didn't move fast. She dropped that catch. So again on the field, she's not that, you don't see that agility with her on the field. So does she need a break? That's another question I'm asking. So let's put that aside. But between dropping a batsman and dropping an all-rounder to take in Renuka, who would you drop, Priya? Would you drop a batsman, a batter, or would you drop an all-rounder so that Renuka can come in?
So I think I would drop a batsman.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think we definitely need a bowler now. And other than that, sir, I would also say कि batting line order जो है उसको भी change करना है, because the top two are not performing. They have underperformed in past all matches. So I think that's where we also need to bring about a change.
Yes, but then again, I think the problem lies not with the thought that you expressed, but with deciding who will be that, who can you drop, and is this the time or should you wait for one more game? But to your point of dropping a bowler instead of dropping a batter instead of an all-rounder, I think makes a little sense because you need a bowling backup. So if you have five specialist bowlers and one all-rounder, then you have one bowling backup in case one bowler is being taken to the cleaners or the batsmen have the measure of her and she's being hit all over the place. So you have a sort of a backup, like how in the Indian team you have Ravindra Jadeja and a Hardik Pandya and a Washington Sundar and so and so and so. So I think if that one extra bowler is there, the sixth bowler, that becomes the key in a very batting strong team like Australia. Australia bats deep. Australia bats strong. 77, 76 for 7 against Pakistan, and then 229. I think that was a they escaped. I think the great escape against Pakistan that showed their batting depth. So they bat deep. The captain is on a strong note. She made a century and the first and only century of this tournament yet. So Richa missed it by 6 runs yesterday. So she got close. But I think that Australia's coming in with that tempo of having escaped a defeat. And I think they're on an absolute high. India's going in as a loser, having almost won and lost. Australia going in almost lost but won. It's a completely flip over situation. So Narayan, what would you think the captain would do bat first, bowl first? Should we chase against Australia? Should we allow Australia to chase? It's Visakhapatnam, same pitch, same environment. What would you do if you won the toss?
I would, bowl first. At least we know a target where to chase. I can change my batting order depending
Mhm.
upon what the score is and all that. But one point I wanted to make is if you see the two matches which Australia played till now, because one was washed off in the rains. There was no match. So अगर आप देखोगे तो उनका पहला मैच न्यूजीलैंड के साथ 19 रन से उन्होंने 326 स्कोर किया और न्यूजीलैंड ने 237 और गार्डनर स्कोर 1 सेंचुरी 115 बनाए उन्होंने
She made a
और
century.
उन्होंने 6 बॉलर यूज किए और 4 बॉलर को उसमें से विकेट मिली है करेक्ट कमिंग टू द नेक्स्ट मैच बाय पाकिस्तान वो 107 रन से जीते 221 पे 9 बनाए लेकिन वहां भी एक वो विकेट कीपर बैटर है मूनी उसने भी सेंचुरी मारी तो दोनों मैच के अंदर एक एक सेंचुरी है दैट मीन्स वन ऑफ देम इज प्लेइंग टू द इनिंग्स को पूरा खेल रही है पूरा है ना अच्छा उसमें ये भी है कि मोनी इज इन द टीम नॉट बिकॉज ऑफ अवर विकेट कीपिंग स्किल्स बिकॉज विकेट कीपर तो कैप्टन ही है हीली जो विकेट कीपर है वही इसी द कैप्टन ऑफ द टीम तो बट उनकी उसकी बैटिंग स्किल्स इतनी अच्छी है कि हर एक मैच में उनको खिला रहे हैं शीन ऑन द साइड 115 पे 8 थे एक बार आपने देखा था उस दिन फिर 106 रन की पार्टनरशिप उन्हें आनंदा किंग के साथ मार के ऑस्ट्रेलिया को एक एक्सपेक्टेड स्कोर के दिया है अच्छा इसमें भी क्या था कि मूनी प्लेड इन एक्सीलेंट इनिंग इसमें भी ऑस्ट्रेलिया ने 6 बॉलर यूज किए हर एक को विकेट मिली सो अगर आप इफ यू सी द combination of the team, Australia is playing with 4 bowling all-rounders, 3 batting all-rounders, 3 pure batters, and 1 pure fast bowler. So they have, तो उनके पास क्या है कि बॉलिंग ऑलराउंडर होने से ये और बैटिंग ऑलराउंडर होने से वो 6-7 भी बॉलर को खेला सकते हैं तो उनसे बॉलिंग करा सकते हैं इंडिया में क्या है अभी 5 ही हो गए अगर बॉलिंग करना पड़ा तो जैसे हरमीत कैप्टन को कल 5 ओवर 4 ओवर डालने पड़े शी वॉज वेरी इकोनॉमिकल ऑल्सो 15 नहीं दिए 4 ओवर बट दैट वॉज अंडर प्रेशर शी डज नॉट लाइक टू बोल बेसिकली शी लाइक्स टू बैट एंड ओनली बिग द कैप्टन तो ये एक अपने को ऑपोजिशन का भी माइंड स्टडी करके उनकी स्ट्रेटेजी करके और एक बंदे को सेंचुरी ठोकनी पड़ेगी बहुत जरूरी है मतलब somebody लाइक अ सेंचुरी लेवल और वो भी अमंग द टॉप 5 नॉट नीचे वाले नहीं नॉट नॉट लाइक अ रीचा घोष और बाद में मार तो ये बहुत सोच समझ के वाला गेम है कैसे खेलना है किसको आउट करना है कैसे करना है लेकिन मेरे को आई अग्री विद यू कि 6 बॉलर तो कंपलसरी खिलानी पड़ेगी
And you need wicket takers. Harmanpreet Kaur can bowl and maybe be economical and give 5 4 runs. And why she can't take wickets. And when your opposition is pacing themselves out, knowing that इसका तो ओवर खत्म होने वाला है बाद में मैं इसको टारगेट करूंगी तो वो just by controlling and giving 4 5 runs away will not help you unless your top order is firing and you cross 350 or 300 then it is okay then you know that controlling the runs is critical बट आप 220 230 240 250 बनाओगे तो रन कंट्रोल करने से कुछ नहीं होने वाला है फिर तो आपको विकेट ही लेने हैं एंड देन यू नीड विकेट टेकर्स सो आइदर यू मेक योर टॉप ऑर्डर परफॉर्म and give them those marching orders and boss guys next time you don't perform whether you are Smriti or whether you are Pratika or whether you are Harleen or whether you are Harmanpreet you go we can't afford this is the World Cup. You have got to bloody play. One match is okay. Two is okay. But three at a trot on 3 matches, if you don't play, there is a problem. And I think I see this happening almost in every team. Today also same thing happened with uh, the
New
Bangladesh.
Zealand.
Yeah,
yes
so they lost a
Bangladesh
lot of
New Zealand
wickets
yeah
and yeah, New Zealand lost a lot of wickets early. Then the tail enders have taken them to 228. But I think this sort of trend may be something to do with the wickets. I don't know. It's just something that just a coincidence that's happening, but it cannot. It's the World Cup. Cannot happen once the top order start. Fine, Australia is Australia, right? They dominate, and so if India has to
yeah
tomorrow or Sunday do well, I think they need to bat well. They need to bowl well. Fielding was good yesterday. I think we didn't touch upon it in the review, but I think great fielding yesterday. A lot of fours were saved. A lot of difficult chances were
yeah
taken. One or two
good
were dropped,
throwing
but
also
yeah, one or two were dropped, which is fine. But I think a lot of effort, a lot of attitude was shown on the field to not allow the ball to cross the boundary, and jumping and driving, and that was very good. I think that needs to be maintained consistently, and you need to bowl well, you need to take wickets, not just control. With players like Australia and South Africa and England, they know how to catch up in the last 10 overs of a 50-over match. So I think yes, it's important that we do all that. Uh, Hetvi, you also think chasing is good, or would you bat first?
No, and I think I'll chase. Yes. It's the same pitch, and that was what we decided the first time. I think they should chase. We would be more comfortable chasing.
Hmm. And would you push Richa Ghosh up the order
I think
in
I
batting?
mean, if since she is working for the team, it has been couple of matches. So I think that's a better way. At least एक partnership अगर build होगा तो एक momentum में it could work and it could just play well for the team.
I think it's near
नहीं,
Rana. I,
ऊपर वाला नहीं खेलेंगे ना निखिल, तो वैसे ऊपर जल्दी आ जाएगी वो खेलने के लिए।
actually, you're right.
और
Right,
Third,
right,
yeah.
right there.
you you see Jemima, out of 3 innings, 2 innings she's out for a golden duck
Yeah, yeah.
in 2 innings. Yesterday's
And that
match
too.
and one the first match, both matches.
And while the bowling was good, I don't doubt that. I think the bowlers that she faced were very good. I mean, you have to be better than the bowlers, right? Because they are playing at a certain level. So I think she needs to first maybe get her eye in, and not start trying to hit the ball or something. At least focus so much that she doesn't get foxed by that spin bowling or whatever it is. So I think it's important that I don't think they'll make a lot of changes. My personal impression is that they'll bring in Renuka. They'll probably drop either. I don't think they'll drop. They should
Jemima.
not drop Amanjot because you need. They probably drop Harleen or Jemima, one of the two. Jemima is actually a very good asset in the field. So while I understand what you said, that just good fielding you cannot retain a team. You're placing the team with that. At least you're saving 20, 30 runs, but even if you're not batting, so that contributes to your effort for the team. She may be retained at the cost of hurling. Let's see. But good match coming up, and I think it's going to be Kartiki Takkar again. India is going to be out there fighting, coming in all the way. Narayan, last parting shot, anything?
अभी इसके बाद क्या है, ये संडे के बाद भी नेक्स्ट मैच नेक्स्ट संडे
Hmm.
19 तारीख को,
Hmm.
तो 7 दिन कोई मैच नहीं
Hmm.
है
For
एक्चुअली.
India.
सो
For
क्या
India.
है, इन केस इंडिया हैज ट्रबल अगेंस्ट ऑस्ट्रेलिया ऑन संडे, so that will brood over for 1 week because there is no match actually,
But to take
and
it
that
up
is again at a new venue
to
now.
take up your point about winning 3 out of 4, just a sort of quick analysis I would do that beating Bangladesh and beating New Zealand looks doable because both the teams are not playing, to a standard where India might lose. So your key really is Australia, England.
Hmm.
So if you lose against Australia, then the next 3 matches, of course, become critical. But the England match then becomes the key because you could lose against England. England is on a high; they won 2 out of 2, and they've come out fighting against Bangladesh. So they have come out of a difficult situation. So I think if we win Australia, pressure goes off because then you know that Bangladesh and New Zealand are very, very doable. They we can't take them for granted, and you could afford to lose against England later on. I'm going by your analysis that we need to win 3 out of 4. So if that is the case, I think Australia is critical to for that 1 week for them to sleep well. Otherwise, if they lose, and you rightly said 7 दिन का gap है तो 7 दिन वो stress में जाएगा कि हम किसके साथ और next match किसके साथ है नारायण? Do you know? Next Sunday whom are we
इंग्लैंड है इंदौर में,
Okay, both the crunch matches then.
इंग्लैंड है.
So that pressure will be there. But I think that the way Bangladesh and New Zealand are playing, it seems India can beat them. Both are struggling to find their form, and India's form is good. Though we didn't, we were defeated by South Africa. We were outsmarted. I think they outthought us.
Yeah.
Their thinking was excellent. They played intelligently, and we played almost as if we had won the match even before winning the match. So I think that's what let us down. That yeah, yeah. Right.
अल्टीमेटली इट इज नंबर्स, इट इज नंबर्स निखिल. अगर 40 नहीं आए ना सीए के एग्जाम में, 38 भी आए, ऊपर अगर 200 भी है, 205 भी है, तो काम के नहीं है.
No use,
You
no use,
are
no
out
use.
actually. ऐसा.
Absolutely. And I think that's where I think our team has to sit down and stop being cocky about things on the field and don't underestimate the enemy even for a minute, because that's what happened yesterday, and hopefully that should not happen again. Hitvi, last word from you and from Priya. Narayan, I think has already had his last word, and we wind up. Hitvi.
I think with Australia, it will be an exciting match, and India should buck up. Starting a partnership, death over bowling, these few things they'll have to work on. Otherwise, I don't know. I am seeing another loss.
Yeah,
Yes. Priya.
true. So Australia has been a seven-time winner, so it's going to be a tough one, and we have to play well. There are no excuses. So let's watch the match.
Yes, I think yes, we are getting into this match as underdogs, and I think that's good because we have been going into the match as favorites for the last three times. This match we are going in as underdogs with the other team as a favorite. That might bring out the best in us. Yes, Narayan, you wanted to say something? Yeah,
One of the top four has to score a century.
yeah.
If
Yes.
India is batting, either chasing or putting a word. अगर सेंचुरी नहीं मारेंगे ना, तो ऑस्ट्रेलिया को निकालना बहुत मुश्किल है. और
बहुत मुश्किल.
280, 300, 350 रन चाहिए चाहिए.
Yes.
For
So let's
team,
hope
we have to cross 300 if we bat first.
300, 300. Narayan, use your Maheshwari connection. Call up Smriti and tell us. Smriti, the Maheshwari respect is at stake. हमारी इज्जत तुम्हारे हाथ में है.
मैं तो मैं तो मैं तो फोन नहीं ले रहा हूँ लोगों के इस चक्कर.
ए भाई महेश्वरी क्या कर रहा है? So but I think form, as everybody says, form is temporary, class is permanent, and hopefully that form will come back on this Sunday. And I think it
No,
will.
no, she'll perform. Don't worry.
Law of averages. She's a left-hand batsman. She's a
This match,
genius. She has all the entire Maheshwari
yes,
community rooting for
yes.
her, and all the non-Maheshwaris also saying Smriti, Smriti,
No, no.
Smriti.
She has to cross the 1,000 run mark also, ना.
Yes,
तो
yes,
खाली
yes.
18 रन ही दूर है वो तो खाली.
वो तो हो
No,
जाएंगे
वो
सर.
तो हो जाएंगे, but I'm pretty sure she scored
अरे
well this time.
1100,
Yeah.
1100 भी हो गया ना. अभी तो
1100 भी होना.
2025 नहीं. अभी तो 2025 बाकी है पूरा. अभी तो अक्टूबर
Absolutely.
में अपन 10 तारीख को ही पहुंचे हैं यार.
Absolutely, absolutely. So here's wishing them all the best, and here's wishing all the viewers good viewing. And as my colleague Priya Joshi tells you, like, share, subscribe, uh, spread the good word. Watch Cricket TV for all things cricket, and be educated and be entertained. Thank you guys for watching today, and we'll come back to you post the Sunday match with more news, more views, and more comments and more fun. Thank you.
Thank you.
आओ देखें किरकिट